Hello everyone, welcome back to the next video in SQL Server. Today we are going to learn about what is lead and what is lag function in SQL Server. Lead is a Windows function in SQL Server that allows you to access the data from the next row within the same result set. It is often used to retrieve the value of a column from the next row related to the current row based on certain ordering conditions. For an example, if you have a table with a relationship with a column which can be identified in subsequent rows, you can access the next row value for your current row based on the ordering. Just like lead function, there is lag function, which is also a Windows function in SQL Server. You can access the previous row based on certain conditions in your current row through particular orderings that you have specified. So you can get the previous or next row by using this window function. Let us see some real-time examples so you can understand better. Let us get into the SSMS. So here I have got into SSMS. I have connected under my training database. Let me quickly create a table. Let's name it as car data. Let me provide an ID column and the car name, which is a varchar, and the time run. So we can take this as date time. Sorry, I have provided as data time. Okay, and finally the petrol, which we can provide as decimal 10 and 2. So let me create this table. Let us get some insert queries and provide the table name, values of the ID, and the car name. Let's take as BMW. Okay, and the runtime you need to provide the date time. So you can provide 2024-03 and 18. Let's say it is 8. And we can provide the letters. So let's copy this and paste this. We provide 6 rows, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 rows. So now let's just change the time. You can keep this as 8:30 and then 9 o'clock, and now 9:30, 10, and finally 10:30. Let us change the petrol value. If I provide as 51.20, 52.80, 52.50, and then 53.75, and finally 53, and let's give us 20. Okay, now let's insert these values. So 6 row got affected. Let's select this table, provide the table name, which is car data. So you can see I have an ID column, the name of the car, and the runtime along with the petrol respectively. So now I need to write a query which finds at which time I have run the car and at which time I have provided the petrol. So I need to identify if the row is greater than the petrol value in the current row. I need to identify that as I have filled the petrol. So now we can achieve this by using the lag function. Let's copy this code and paste it here. So from this I need the id column, the car column, and the time run, also the petrol value. So from here I am going to specify a subquery in which I am going to select these values from the car data. So we can use the lag function over here. Lag and lead function will accept 1 to 3 arguments. So now I need to calculate the petrol, so let me pass this, and you need to provide the over class and provide the order by comment based on which column you need to order the value. So I need to order the value based on the time column, and I need to provide the petrol value. So take this as filling. So the next parameter in this lag function is that you can specify which number you need to skip. So I have provided as 1, so it will take the previous value, I mean the one row previous to the current row. If I provide as 2, it will skip 1 row and take the second previous row for the current row. We can also provide another argument, which is the replacement value. If the value is null, I can replace the value with 0, so I have provided as 0. So now just select the inner query statement. You can see the petrol and the fillings. So as we have started with 50, there is no fillings. After that we had filled, so it has fetched the previous value in the filling. So we can now easily compare this value if it has increased or decreased. So you can provide the where class over here, where we provide the filling value, where the filling is greater than the petrol value. Provide with an alias name. Let's take it as petrol data. So now let's select this. So I have a provider less than. So now you can see that at first there is 50 liters, so it has been displayed, and it has been increased, so I have filled the petrol, and then I have filled at 9 PM and again at the 10 PM. So you can use the lag function to get the previous row value based on a conditional column. So you can also use the lead function to get the next value of the row. Let's see another example where we can use the lead function. So let me create another table, name it as sales. Let me provide 2 values, sales date this is a date column, and a revenue column as a decimal value. So it's an app, we can just create the sales table and let us insert few rows inside this table. Set to the sales table values. We provide the date 2024 third month, and let me provide the sales revenue, and let me copy this and paste it here. So we can change the date and also the revenue 1200, 1500 and 1300, provide 1400. So let's insert these values. Now let's select and see the sales table. You can see the sales date and the revenue for respective date. I need another column along with this revenue, the next day revenue, so I can easily compare the previous day and current day value as the next day revenue. So you can use lead function to take the next row value along with this current row. Let me copy this select statement, paste it here, and in here I need the sales date and the revenue, sales revenue, and then I can provide the lead function, lead of the revenue column, and I need to provide over class just like we did in the lag function over the sales date. So I can provide as over order by the sales date from this sales table. And I forgot the comma. So now let's execute this. Okay, I have missed the sales. Yes. So now let's select this. We got another column. The next value of the revenue has been displayed along with this column. So you can also provide how many rows you need to fetch and also the replacing value. So I have provided 0 instead of null. So we have a null in the 5th row. So let's replace that with 0. So now you can see we have replaced the null value with the 0 and we have renamed the column as next revenue. So if you need to see the difference, you can also just specify the lead of revenue, the same thing over here, and subtract this the revenue column and keep it as difference. So let me provide a comma here. So now select this value. You can see the difference along with the next day revenue in this table. So you can use this lead and lag function to fetch the previous or next row in your table based on certain ordering condition. So I hope you have understood what is a lead and what is a lag window function in SQL Server. Let me provide the GitHub link in the solution, so you can find that with some exercises. Please subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching.